All right. Let me welcome everyone who is online. Once again, you're welcome to the day two of Hope for Tomorrow initiative, peace building and conflict management training. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just as we did yesterday, kindly use the comment section. Tell us where you are watching us from. We had people who registered from within and across Nigeria, people who registered for this particular training from Ghana, from Abuja, from Sokoto. So just use the comment section. Tell us where you are watching us from. We'd like to get that feedback from you. Just tell us where you are watching us from. We have already started, and we'll just give 2-3 minutes for other participants to join us so that we kick start more officially. But while we are waiting for other people to join us, just tell us where you are watching us from. Use the comment section and tell us where you are watching us from. We'd like to hear from you. We'd like to get that feedback from you. If you're joining us for the very first time, exactly what we did yesterday, just tell us where you are watching us from. We'd like to hear from you and would like to get that feedback from you. Yeah, Jacob, we are live. We have already started. You said hello. We are live. We are just waiting for other participants to join. While we are waiting, just kindly use the comment section. Tell us where you are watching us from. Tell us where you're watching from. We are streaming live from the Niger Delta State to be precise. Just tell us also, would like to know where you are viewing from or where you are joining us from. Use the comment section and tell us where you are joining us from. Oh, thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Gloria. You say you are watching from Port Harcourt. Gloria, thank you. Gloria is watching from Port Harcourt. Gloria has been one of our big fan when we started this online training or learning cycle since 2020. She has always attended all of our trainings. Gloria, thank you so much. And you are joining us from Port Harcourt. Thank you so much. Please kindly just tell us where you are watching us from. We'd like to get this feedback from you. Where are you watching us from? Oh, Ojo Nation, Ojo Nation. Okay, thank you, Ojo Nation. Good evening to you. Ojo Nation said he's watching from Port Harcourt, live from Port Harcourt. Welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Welcome, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are watching us from. Kindly use the comment section and tell us where you are watching us from. We'd like to hear from you. I would like to know where you are watching us from. We'll be starting in less than 5 minutes time. We are just waiting for other participants to join us as well. Thank you, Desire John. Desire John is also watching from Port Harcourt. Desire John is watching from Port Harcourt. Yesterday, we had people who joined from Sokoto, from Abuja. Maybe it's because of network, and we are still waiting for them to join us as well. Today being the day two of the training. Thank you so much, Desire John. You are welcome. You are welcome. If you're just joining us, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are watching us from. Kindly just use the section, the comment section, and tell us where you are watching us from. We'll be starting at exactly 7:15. We just want to some persons believe so much in African time, and sometimes too because of network. So we'll be using the next 5 minutes to allow other people to join, who people who could not join earlier because of network. Oh, thank you, Aslem. Yeah, good evening to you. Tell us where you are joining us from. Ikechukwu, kindly tell us where you are joining us from. Yeah, good evening to you. You are welcome. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are watching from. If you're also watching this live stream later on as a replay, also mention where you are watching from. Okay, like I said, at exactly 7:15, we'll be starting the training. We'll just, I know some persons will have difficulty with network. Yesterday, like we mentioned, we had people who joined from Sokoto and other areas. Maybe because of network issues, they are trying to connect. So because of that, we would like to give 5 minutes. At exactly 7:15, we are going to start. Oh, thank you, Dr. Chinedu Edebatu. Thank you so much, sir, for joining this online training. And he is watching us from Delta State, Ipuzo, Delta State. Doc, you are welcome. It's a privilege to have you on this platform to be part of this training. You're very much welcome. Oh, we also have Pastor Tega, who is watching us from Delta State. You are welcome. You are very much welcome. You are welcome to the training. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Yeah, we have Peace Ogechi Timothy, and she is joining us from Asaba, Delta State. She's watching from Asaba. Good evening to you. Thank you. It's a privilege to have you on this platform. You are welcome. Welcome to the training. All right, this is exactly 7:15. We said we'll be starting at exactly 7:15. Some other people will be joining us later, maybe because of network. We had a large number that joined us yesterday, maybe because of yesterday was the day one, maybe because of network. They're trying to connect and all of that. So we'll just kickstart. When they come, they will join us once anytime they finally able to join us online. But if you're still just coming, just let us know. Anytime you join, just let us know where you are watching from. We'd like to get that feedback from you. Just tell us where you are watching from, or where you're connecting, or where you're viewing from. We are starting immediately. Okay, thank you. Ayodele. Ayodele was with us yesterday. I think he joined from Osun State or so. Ayodele, you are welcome. He was with us yesterday. Kindly tell us where you are joining us from, where you're watching from. But you're welcome to the training. All right, we also have Dr. Sam. Dr. Sam, thank you so much. Dr. Sam was also with us yesterday and he is watching live from Port Harcourt. Dr. Sam, you're welcome. It's a privilege to have you in this platform to be part of this training. You're welcome. Okay, Ayodele is joining us from from Lagos, satellite town Lagos. You are welcome. You are welcome to the training. And we have Jacob. Jacob is joining us from Port Harcourt. You are also very much welcome. Welcome to the training. At this point, I think we'll now start formally. Let me once again welcome everyone who is part of this training. This is the day 2 of the peace building and conflict management training. Yesterday, we just laid the foundation. Today, we shall be going more into deep. We're going deep and deeper. Tomorrow, we'll now go deeper. Today is the second day, and tomorrow is the last day for the training. I will briefly just talk about the organization for the benefit of those who are joining us for today, and I'll also talk about the reason behind this particular training. Hope for Tomorrow initiative, also known as Hofty Center, is the organizer of this particular training. Hope for Tomorrow initiative, Hofty Center, is a registered non-governmental organization that focuses on peace building and development. And Hofty Center is primarily concerned with the pursuit of the totality of human well-being in Africa. But our major focus is in the area of peace building and conflict management, as well as development and environment. I will now talk about briefly the brain behind this particular training. This online training is also known as online learning cycle. We started this training in COVID-19, during the COVID-19 period in 2020. About this period, as you already know, it was difficult for people to assemble together to have physical contact and physical engagement, physical training. And so it was actually difficult that period to organize any form of training whatsoever, because COVID-19 made it very difficult to have such gathering of humans in a particular environment. Or it was in the light of this that our organization thought out how we could be able to reach out to be able to impart practical knowledge and skill training of manpower, particularly in the area of practical knowledge and skill on peace building, as well as other area of human endeavors. And so we thought, how can we be able to still do training? Now that there is COVID-19, it was in this thinking that we came to a resolution to see how we can utilize or how can you leverage on technology to be able to conduct training online. Gloria is part of this training. Gloria has been one of our major fans right from when we started this training in 2019. Along the line after COVID-19, normalcy had returned, and so we couldn't do the online again. But after then, we'll receive constant calls, people calling on the need to still have such online training on monthly basis, or once in 2 or 3 months. And so we deemed it necessary that, given the fact that we can actually leverage on technology, imagine people we are joining yesterday from Ghana, from Lagos, we can assemble such categories of persons from different locations in a physical environment, in a physical gathering. The logistics that are involved are very much, but through technology, leveraging on technology, we could actually do the same thing that we would have done if we are gathered in a particular room. So that's how this online learning cycle, as we called it then, that was how it started. Now, the first edition for this year is on peace building and conflict management. Why do we start with peace building and conflict management? In the next 2 months, we'll be doing a training on proposal writing, writing of proposals, business proposals, scholarship, grant writing, and that'll be in the next 2 months. But this particular one, something happened last 2 months. Those who are very constant in the media space, you hear the story that happened in Port Harcourt, where a man actually killed his wife as a result of just minor misunderstanding. He beat up the wife, and the wife died in the process. What that shows is that most people don't know how to manage conflict. If you check the record, statistics shows that about 80 to 90% of people don't know how to manage conflict so that it will not escalate to violence. Managing conflict in their workplace, managing conflict in their family, as well as all those who want to build career in peace building and conflict management. So this training is for everybody. The knowledge that you acquire through this training will help you in your family to be able to build peace. It will help you in your workplace to be able to build peace. Then those who also want to pursue a career in peace building and conflict management, you will also find this training very, very important. So the training is actually for everybody, because conflict is inevitable. Conflict is natural. It happens on daily basis. But how you are able to manage it is what makes all of the difference. So in this training, you'll be learning how to manage conflict. Well, having said that, that's the background what led to this particular theme or this topic that we are treating for this particular edition. I will now show you my slide, then I will go straight to the presentations. So I will share this slide with you. I'll just use 1 or 2 minutes to do a brief of what we did yesterday. The replay is still available. You can watch the replay later on. But today we are focusing on what we have for the day 2. But I will recall, I will try to do a brief of in 2, 3 minutes of what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we look at the concept of peace. We're able to define what peace is and what is the meaning of peace building. We also yesterday differentiate the difference between conflict and violence. We stated the causes and the effects, the causes of conflict and the effects of conflict. We did a whole lot of practical session yesterday where we were able to differentiate practically the difference between peace and violence. Under peace, we said we have two types of peace: negative peace and positive peace. We are also able to differentiate how conflict is different from violence. And one of the major takeaways yesterday was that conflict is neutral, that conflict is like electricity. It serves any purpose which you desire or which you want it to serve. Just like electricity, you can't say that electricity is bad. If you decide to put your hand in a live wire, then electricity has become negative. It will electrocute the person and the person is going to die. The same electricity can be used to power houses and office. It's electricity that we are using to do what we are doing now. So electricity is neutral. It serves negative and positive purpose depending on the one you decide to leverage on. The same thing too. Conflict is inevitable. Conflict has to do with misunderstanding, disagreement. It's part of human endeavor. But conflict serves two purposes. It could be negative or it could be positive. And so it all depends on how you are able to deal with conflict. That depends on the outcome for which it's going to serve. But conflict is not bad. Conflict is not good. It is just neutral. It can serve negative purpose if you utilize it to that direction. It can also serve positive purpose. So that's what we did yesterday. But just go back to the replay and you get all of the background gist, including all the exercises and the practical sessions that we did yesterday. Yeah, one of the highlights we said, somebody said he was hearing that for the first time we have two types of peace: negative peace and positive peace. I think you will need to watch the video of yesterday. This was one of the poems that we recited yesterday, where we were able to demonstrate the importance of peace building. All right, this is where we are. This is where we are. If you can see my slide, just say in the comment section yes or no. I would like to be sure that you are seeing the slide so that you can flow alongside with the presentation. Can you see the slide? Can you see my slide? Please kindly just comment yes or no. Yes or no on the comment section. Yes or no. I want to be very sure that you are seeing the slide so that I will not just be talking and talking. Okay. All right, Tega said yes. Desire said yes. Okay, you can see the slide. Also comment if you can hear me. I want to be sure that you can hear me. I think today or tomorrow I'll be sharing the link for those who want to join me in the studio. For now, you can only join through the comment section because we are using StreamYard. Everyone cannot be able to join the studio at the same time. But along the line, in the course of the presentation, I'll be able to provide the link that you can come direct to the studio if you want to talk to us from the studio. But for now, you have to make use of the comment section. Okay, you can see the slide and you can hear me as well. Okay, thank you so much, Tega. Yes, okay, you can hear me. Okay, thank you. So that means that we are in the same page. So yesterday, this was the assignment that we gave yesterday, activity 3. So how do you think unresolved conflict might impact you, both career, business, emotionally? Share your experiences and observation. Do you think, let me just get yes or no, do you think that when conflicts are not resolved, because what we'll be taking next is conflict resolution, how to resolve conflict. But do you believe or do you think that when conflict is not resolved, it affects the individual, it affects the person emotionally, it affects the person's work life, it affects the person's career, the person's business, and it also affects even the society, because some such conflict might degenerate to violence. Do you agree with me that there's need to resolve conflict? So that such conflict doesn't result escalate to violence, and of course, so it will also negatively impact on the person work life and career. Do you agree with me? Let me share my own personal experience. Then you will now say yes or no if you agree that unresolved conflict could affect people's career and business. For example, if I have misunderstanding with my wife, I can't be able to concentrate to want to pray. I'm a lecturer. I can't be able to read and write the way I am supposed to. I don't know whether it happens to everybody that way. Do you believe that conflict that are not resolved can affect your career, can affect your business, can affect you emotionally? Let me get yes or no. What are your thoughts on this? Unresolved conflict. Okay. Tega said yes. Okay, Tega said yes, I agree with you. Okay, Ojo Nation said yes, I agree with you. So if you agree with me that unresolved conflict can affect the individual negatively and can also affect the society, what that suggests is that there is need for us to resolve conflict. Oh, yes. Ogechi P said, yes, it can affect not just emotionally, but psychologically too. I totally agree with you. So all that we are saying is that there is need to resolve conflict, because unresolved conflict will affect you, as Ogechi mentioned, psychologically, it will affect you emotionally, it will affect your communication or your communion with your God, because you'll not be able to flow so freely. It will even affect the society too, because if not checked, it can degenerate to violence. All right, yeah, Jacob said, yes, I agree with you. Thank you so much for all your feedback. What this suggests is that there is need to resolve conflict. So now dealing with conflict, there's need to resolve conflict. So we have all now agreed that there is need to resolve conflict. So how do you deal with conflict? That's conflict resolution. Let's start with what is conflict resolution. Here today, what we'll be doing basically today is we'll talk about conflict resolution. Then we are going to learn 5 conflict styles, 5 styles or 5 methods that you can use, or 5 approaches that you can use in resolving any conflict whatsoever. There are 5 methods that have been proven that you can use to resolve any conflict, so that such conflict does not degenerate to violence. Now, what is conflict resolution? When we talk about conflict resolution, this involves addressing and resolving dispute between parties in a constructive and mutually beneficial manner. When we talk about conflict resolution, we are talking about addressing a particular disagreement, a particular conflict. We said conflict has to do with disagreement. Addressing such disagreement or such dispute between both parties in such a way that it is emotionally beneficial. When you're talking about conflict resolution, it's not something that one person now win and this person does not win. Conflict resolution has to do with addressing that particular issue so that at the end of the day, everybody is happy. All right, this is not our major focus or concentration for today. Now, how do you resolve conflict resolution, before we go to the conflict management style? You can't be able to resolve conflict if you don't engage in active listening and practicing effective communication. For you to be able to resolve conflict, you must be able to listen to the parties that are involved, to know what the problem is. They said in every scientific endeavor, the first thing is identification of the problem. So you must be active in listening to people who are involved in this conflict to know what the issues are. It is active listening that you can now get what it is, so that you can now be able to articulate what the solution will be. So communication are essential for conflict resolution. Yeah, for that to be conflict resolution, communication is seen as a life wire. There must be communication and you must listen actively. Working together, collaboration to solve a problem can result in solution that can benefit everyone. Resolving conflict, the parties involved, the parties involved in that conflict must come together. They must agree that we want to resolve these conflicts. So they now need to put their heads together to discuss how they need to go about this. If there's a conflict between husband and wife, both of them must agree, come together to collaborate to say, let us resolve this conflict. This thing is not taking us any forward. We have been in this. Let us move forward. Let us resolve this. So there must be collaboration. Recognizing and respecting diverse viewpoint can aid in de-escalating conflict. There's what they call perception and perspective in conflict management. Perception and perspective. You must be able to look at the issues based on people's perspective and based on people's perception. What in the common palace, what they used to say, you must put yourself in the person's shoe. It is only when you put yourself in the person's shoe that you cannot be able to look at it from that dimension, and you now agree on how you can be able to resolve that conflict. This is the area that I want to concentrate on, dealing with conflict management styles. There are 5 methods or styles that have been proven over the years that could be used in resolving conflict, both in the workplace, in the family, and of course, for all those who are NGO workers, who are peace builders. These are 5 proven techniques that you can adopt in resolving conflict. And this is where we want to concentrate today. The first one is avoiding accommodating. We have competing, compromising, and collaborating. We are going to take them one after the other. So we have avoiding, number 1. You can write it down. Accommodating, number 2. We have competing, number 3. We have compromising, number 4. And we have collaborating. So if you want to put it in a formula, you can say 2A plus 3C. 2A. The 2A is avoiding and accommodating. Then the 3C is competing, compromising, and collaborating. These are 5 proven techniques that could be used in resolving, in dealing with conflict. Avoiding, accommodating, competing, compromising, and collaborating. So 2A plus 3C equals to conflict management style. Now, let me mention here that the style that you will use is dependent on what the conflict situation is. There are some conflicts that will require you to just adopt avoidance or avoiding. There are some that will require you to utilize accommodating. There are some that will require you to compete. There are some that will require you to collaborate. There are also some that will require you to compromise. It all depends on what the situation is. It all depends on what the situation is. But as the training goes on, you will see that most people have advocated that the best to use is the collaborating. You will see the reason why most people has advocated. But the simple rule is the conflict situation is what determines the conflict style to use in managing that particular conflict. But some persons and some advocate has advocated for the use of collaborative method as the best method to use in resolving conflict. I will allow you to be able to decide on that. That's just a personal opinion, but these are the different methods that can be used. So we take number 1, and at the end of this session, you are going to do a practical exercise as well. So just pay keen attention. Avoiding, what does it entail? Avoiding, if you want to manage a conflict using, or you want to deal with a conflict using the avoiding method or the avoiding style, what does it entail, or what does it suggest? I don't know if you can see this picture where this one is looking, this one is avoiding. I guess this is husband and wife. The man is talking to him, the woman is avoiding, is using avoiding method. She just folded her hand. I said, and is not listening to what the person is saying. Now, what does avoiding style entails? This involves either leaving the situation, disregarding it, or refusing to acknowledge that an issue exists. When you are using avoiding method, it means that you are not even acknowledging that such situation, such conflict exists. You are paying deaf ear to that situation. You're leaving that particular environment. You don't even want to argue, you don't want to talk, you don't want to discuss. To tell you the truth, in real life scenario, there are situations, there are conflict situations that requires you to actually use avoidance method. Like what we see in the picture, I think I'll give my own personal example. Most times when I'm expecting a major breakthrough, when I'm expecting maybe I've applied for a proposal, I'm expecting a very good feedback, or if I'm a Christian, for example, or I am fasting. If there are things that will lead to conflict, I will not even talk to you, because I will not allow that disagreement, exchange of words, to now spoil the fasting that I'm praying, to God to give me a particular breakthrough, or to get a particular promotion, or to get a particular thing. So what I will do is just to avoid, even when you're trying to pick quarrel, because that I am fasting already, so I'm hungry. That exchanging words with you will not even increase the hunger of the fast that I'm fasting, and it will not derail so much energy from me. And again, I don't want anything that will serve as distraction, because I am fasting, I am concentrating unto God for God to change my life. So in such situation, I will use avoiding when you try to bring any conflict. I will just use avoiding and say, wait, let me finish my fast. Let me concentrate. In fact, most time because of this, when I engage in fast, and when most people engage in fast, they will even lock up themselves. They don't want to talk to anybody because they don't want anything that will serve as a corruption to that particular thing that they're expecting God to do, or to spoil that particular thing that they are doing in that period of time. So, for example, in such situation, that's not the time for you to begin to now argue and argue and argue. So, say, gingerly, quietly, just avoid that conversation, so that it will not distract you. So that's avoiding method. You see, this husband and wife, see, the man was trying to talk to her. He just said, my husband, I don't want to quarrel with you. So she is even backing the man. That's avoidance. My husband, I respect you. I don't want something that will cause trouble in this family. So let me keep my mouth shut. I will not talk to you. That is avoidance method. All right. The next one is accommodating. Accommodating, what does it entails? Accommodating, it is doing what others want, even when you disagree or it is not what you want. Okay, let me quickly, before I go to the next one, what is the outcome? Each of the conflict style that you use produces a particular outcome. Now, for this first conflict style, avoiding method or avoidance method, one person, it produces a lose-lose situation, because the conflict is not resolved. Nobody, you talk to him, he did not respond to you. So there's no conversation. The conflict is not resolved. So it produces a lose-lose situation. It produces a lose-lose situation because the conflict is still there. It's just the way that some persons, if something is troubling them, they will go and drink or do one thing. When they finish drinking and their eye is clear, that particular thing will still be there waiting for them. So the conflict has not been resolved. So when you use avoiding method or avoidance method, just be rest assured that the conflict has not been resolved yet. Maybe avoiding will help you to be able to put yourself together to now confront the situation. But don't think it is over. It is still there. The conflict has not been resolved. So that's the outcome. Now, accommodating, it is doing what others want, even if you disagree or it is not what you want. When you are using the accommodating style, you are just doing it to make other people happy. You're paying the sacrifice. For example, someone collected your money, and or someone took a particular thing from you, and ordinarily you're supposed to call a police, or you're supposed to arrest the person, you're supposed to take the person to court. He said, you look at it, why should I take this person to court? By the time I take this person to court, it will take my energy, it will take time, it will take resources, and maybe the money involved. Most time when people use accommodating, what is involved is not at stake. The resources or what causes that conflict is not something that is worth it. Say, let me make the sacrifice. Let me just do what they want. Let me accommodate this particular issue. So you are actually doing what others want, not what you want when you are using the accommodating style. What is the outcome of this? What is the outcome of this? Accommodating produces a win-lose. Someone wins and the other person loses because you have made sacrifice. You who made the sacrifice, so to say, you are the loose end, while the other person has benefited from the sacrifice that you have made. But most time when people use accommodating, nothing is much at stake. And you want to kill yourself because of 1,000. I said, let him take it. At least you just let go. You made the sacrifice. All right, that's accommodating. Competing. This involves persuading someone of your viewpoint or standing up for your rights, your belief, striving to achieve your objective regardless of the circumstance. You see in the picture where they are dragging something, somebody must emerge as a winner in this process. So there will be a winner, there will be a loser. In real life situation, there are things that will require you to compete and stand up for your rights. There are also some things that might not require you to complete that might not require you to complete. That's why I said the conflict style that you use when conflict arises, you now look at these conflict styles and look at the best method, the best side to use for that particular situation. I've particularly used this conflict type before. Let me tell you a personal story about my family. We are sharing experiences and we are sharing knowledge as well for us to learn from it. I came from a polygamous family, so we are about 16 in our family. So before my father died, we are privileged to have some assets that he left behind. But the normal syndrome that goes with polygamy, uh, uh, my senior sibling, they took most of the properties, took most of the facilities. And so from our own side, from my own mother's side, we said at this age and time, we can't be dragging property with someone and in the process, what it might happen, let us leave it for them. So we left everything, but it now got to a point that my own room, a facility that my father personally gave to me, this one are not the general one, the one that he personally gave to me while he was alive as a gift. They also want to take that one. I say, we have left everything for you people. We are not dragging property. The one that the man also now gave to me while he was alive, you also want to take it? No, 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 no. I say, no, no, no. This one, I will compete. I will not allow you to go. Does it mean, do I look to you like a coward? You thought I'm afraid or what? Because I said, let there be peace, or because I am a peace builder, you want to take advantage of that? I said, no. You see that particular one that man gave to me while he was alive? He gave it to me by himself while he was alive. He had something that my father lost me so much. I'm the last among that 16. So there were some things that he gave to me. He even requested I write his biography, told me his story, anytime he's no longer there, and a whole lot of things that he told me. So I told them, this one I will compete. If they burn you, so I told them, if you have two hair, go to that facility. I said, when I arrest you, I'm from River State, I will make sure you get to Abuja. And when you get to Abuja, I will use every human connection, physical connection, spiritual connection, everything I have to deal with you. Go to that facility. So when I told them that, they know that I was not joking. So let's leave that guy alone. Let's leave the place for him. That's how they left the place. So I'm a peace builder, but there are things that requires you to compete. That's the truth. So at that point, I couldn't take it. I said, no, this one I have to make a point. I had to prove a point. I don't have to allow these people to continue to have their way. Anyway, that was me. That's my own personal experience. I decided to say, no, I've been compromising. I've been accommodating. You see this one, I will compete. Go to anywhere. This man gave it to me while he was alive. I will not let it go. That is competition. So there are some conflict situations that will require you to compete. Anyway, competition produces, what's the outcome? It produces a win-lose situation. It produces a win-lose situation. It produces a win-lose situation. All right, compromising. Compromising. What does compromising entails? Just the word compromise, making compromise is related to accommodating. This involves reaching a middle ground where each other, some one person will lose some things, this person will also lose some things. This person will lose some things, the other person will lose some things. There's a particular situation I'm managing. There was a facility that we are using. We are using. I don't want to go detail into what we are using that facility for. I'm not the one who rented the facility, but the facility is being used for as a place for worship. And so we had someone who came. This time I told you it just happened about 2 weeks ago. So the place where we use as worship center, uh, originally the people who rented the place to us sold that facility. They sold the facility to another person, a new management. They bought the facility for about 200 something million or thereabout. Now the new management came on board and they said they did not tell them that what we paid was for 2 years. They said what they told them was that we paid for 1 year. And I was the one involved in managing the whole conflict situation. So I invited the old management and also invited the new management. And the old management actually said, yes, they did not say no, that did not tell them for 1 year. They told them it was for 1 year. Maybe they just wanted to say by all means. Then this other new management said, since it is for 1 year, they will not allow us to stay for that 2 year because they never mentioned that at the end of the day. And they didn't mention that for to them ab initio from the very beginning. What do we do in such situation? We went front and back. We were claiming right. We are paid for 2 years. Since we are paid for 2 years, we are not going out until that 2 years is complete. This person said the money that you paid for 2 years was not given to us. They did not tell us that. That wasn't deducted when we bought the facility. So because of that, you are not going to stay. So at the end of the day, we had a discussion. We had to call, both parties had to come together, and we said, both parties had to come together and we said, what do we do in this situation? Just a minute. Okay, so both parties came and said, what do we do in this situation? And I said, let us reach a compromise. This person is through. They told them 1 year. Our own is also through. So how do we do? Let us reach a compromise. You lose some and I lose some. You win some and I win some. So compromise involves that situation where this person loses some and this person win some. So that's what compromise is all about. Time is going out. Rush quickly to the last management style. The last conflict management style is collaborating. Collaborating involves identifying the root causes of that particular conflict to find a solution that satisfies everyone involved. When you are collaborating, the parties involved come together, put their heads together, and identify what is the root cause of the conflict. Then they find a lasting solution that satisfies both parties. But most times it takes a whole lot of time for them to begin to trace the root cause of conflict and now find a solution that will satisfy both parties. But this one produces a win-win situation because each party is satisfied. In compromising, we said the other person may compromise. In accommodating, we said this one is just able to accommodate. So you see that avoiding produces lose-lose situation. This other conflict side produces win-lose situation. Why this one is the only one that produces a win-win situation. When it involves collaboration, both parties come together, put their heads together, identify the root cause of the conflict, and find a solution that satisfies both parties. I think it is for this reason that some persons or group of persons has advocated that collaborating is the best conflict management style that can be utilized, that we should use collaborating in resolving any conflict. Well, To tell you the truth, there are some conflict situations that might not require collaborating, but they said there is always a way that you can be able to collaborate. Well, the best for me, it all depends on the individual. For me, the conflict situation is what presents the style, the conflict management style you can use to resolve a particular conflict. So you now see that we have conflict can be resolved. There's no conflict that cannot be resolved. What we are advocating for this training is conflict resolution, resolving conflict, not allowing conflict to degenerate to violence. We said it yesterday. Conflict has to do with disagreement. That disagreement can be resolved. You don't need to allow that disagreement, that conflict, which is normal, is a normal thing. There is no place where there is no conflict. Even in heaven, there was war in heaven, there was conflict in heaven. There's no place where there's no conflict, but that conflict can be resolved. What we are interested in this training is that you don't allow that conflict, that disagreement to now, to now degenerate to violence, And now, before a conflict degenerates to violence, there are usually warning signs. There's what they call EWA, the EWA system, early warning response, and early warning and early response, early warning and early response, EWA, ERO, early warning and early response. Before a conflict degenerates to violence, there will always be some sign. So as a peace builder or as an individual who has acquired knowledge of peace building, when you see those signs, what do? You immediately adopt any of the styles so that you don't allow it to lead to violence. For example, husband and wife, before you hear that a man beat up the wife, you will see some sign. The man is talking, the woman is talking, everybody is talking. This one is talking, everybody is talking. Before you know, boom, you will take an object and hit. So that time that you have seen that the tempo is now high, this one is talking, this one is talking, this one is talking. What do? You avoid. What some men will do at that point, they will walk away from that situation. That is avoidance. There is no conflict that will ever happen without giving an early warning. No conflict. There will always be early warning. It's just like a rain. Do you know that before rain will fall and destroy things, it will give warning? When rain wants to fall, the cloud will change. You will hear some sound. The atmosphere will change. You will hear thunder strike. When you see those signs, what are you supposed to do? And from those signs, you have seen that conflict, that rain might destroy some properties. What do you do at that point? You can remove your cloth from the rain. Anything that is a danger to be destroyed by the rain, you can remove it. So there is no conflict in this world that has ever happened without those early warning. Just that we ignore those early warning. When we ignore those warning by utilizing any of this type, that's how the conflict now degenerates to violence. So conflict management, you can manage any conflict using any of these styles, depending on the situation, what the situation is. What you should learn as a peace builder, as someone who have attended this training, is that first we have said conflict is neutral, but don't allow that conflict to not degenerate to violence. When it degenerates to violence, just as we said yesterday, you cannot repair the situation again. When it is still conflict, disagreement, it can be resolved. When it is now violent, somebody has died. How will you bring the person who has died to life again? That situation cannot be remedied again. But at level of disagreement, misunderstanding, you could resolve it through avoidance, through collaboration, through compromise. You can resolve it through any of these conflict management style. You can use this management style anywhere in the family to ensure there is peace. You can use it in the workspace, in your workspace or business environment. You can use it as a peace builder. You can use any of these style. There is always a warning sign before conflict degenerates to violence. So conflict can be resolved, can be managed using any of this conflict management style. All right. I've been talking. It's now time to get back to you. So I will allow you. I'll be sharing the link. I'll be sharing the studio link for as many. If you want to come to the studio, if you're in our WhatsApp community, if you're in our WhatsApp community, you can join. We are going to drop that in our WhatsApp community so that you can come live and share your experience or talk to us. So this is the activity that we are going to do. How you deal with a conflict. Now, have you recently faced a conflict? Most likely. How did you resolve it? And which conflict resolution approach did you use? Now, with your understanding of conflict resolution method, do you believe you would have managed the situation differently? If so, which approach, which conflict management style do you think you would have chosen instead? So we'll drop the link now to as many that want to talk to us. So you think about it. If you want to come live on the studio to share your experience, if you have uh, recently faced a conflict, you would like to share how you were able to resolve it. Did you use any of the conflict management style that we have discussed? Do you think that based on what you have learned, there is a way you would have resolved it more differently using any of the conflict management style? So we are going to drop the link and we'll allow you to now make to anybody who wants to come on studio to now talk to us. But anyone who wants to come to the studio, let me get your response. Did you find value for where did you learn something new from what we have talked about managing conflict and the conflict management style? Did you learn something new? Did you gain value for your time? Let me get your response through the comment section while we drop the link for as many that want to come live to the studio to share their experience. Please just drop your comment. At least encourage us. Let me know if you were able to get value for your time, if you learned something new, if the presentation was worth it, it was worth your time. Share with us, what's your feeling right now. You can use any of the images to illustrate how you are feeling with this, what we have learned so far already. Anybody who want to do that, just come to the comment section and drop your comment. We are going to display it for everyone to see. While you do that, I will quickly look for the link and share with you for as many that want to come live on stream to the studio to share their view, to share their experience as regard managing conflict with us. Yeah, so I'm waiting for your comment while I get the link ready and send to you. Just a minute. I'll just be right back. Yeah, okay. Okay, someone said insightful, sir. Thank you. Okay, this is Timothy. Timothy said thank you. It was insightful. Uh, this is Dr. Chinedu Edebato. He's showing us love. That means he's so impressed with the presentation. Okay, so okay, so just check the comment section. I have dropped the link. If you want to come live on studio to share your experience about our practical session, how to deal with conflict, you want to share experience, how you have dealt with conflict, how you've managed conflict before, and with what you have learned, how you can manage conflict differently. If you want to share your experience with us, the link is already on the comment section. Just go to the comment section. You will see the link. You'll see the link. Just click the link and you'll be right here in the studio with me. You'll join me in the studio to share your experience. You want to make comment, you want to talk something, just click the link and you'll be joining me here live in the studio. I will also drop the I will also drop so who wants to come live? Just click the link. Are you seeing the link on the comment section? Just click the link and you'll be live here in the studio with me. You want to share something, you want to say something. Thank you, Desire John. He said, very loaded, sir. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, this is Jacob. He said, yes, thank you for the knowledge. God bless you. God bless you too. We are glad you find value for the time. We are glad that it was worth it. It was worth your time. Can you see the link I dropped in the comment section? The link is in the comment section. It's for anyone who want to come live on studio. Most of you who are here, you also are also in our WhatsApp community. Let me also drop in the WhatsApp community platform in case you want to come live. If you're not seeing here, you can also just click the same link in the WhatsApp community platform, and you'll be live with us here in the studio. All right, so I've also dropped the link. Who want to, okay, who just anybody who want to just say anything or anything you want to share with us, personal experience as regard peace building, just come live. I want someone to come live. Nobody wants to. Okay, okay. So it's already 8 o'clock, and this is we're already 6 minutes above our time. We are supposed to end by 8. So maybe, but just do this on your own. Reflect over conflict that you had managed previously, then look at how you can now manage conflict going forward using what you have learned. By so doing, ensuring that you make the world a more peaceful place, make wherever you live, your workplace, your family to be more peaceful using any of the peace conflict management style. Okay, Gloria said, thank you for the impact, sir. So much learned already from this. Thank you too for joining and for being part of the training. Gloria has been part of this training since 2019 when we started the online learning cycle. She has been one of our major fans since we started the training. Thank you for keeping in touch till date. All right, I think since someone want to come live, maybe by tomorrow, this is where we are going to end today. Let me quickly take announcement. Let me quickly take announcement before we leave for today. Okay, for the announcement, all those who need certificate, those who need certificate of training as peace ambassador, all those who need certificate of training as peace ambassador, all those who need the recording of this particular training, and also all those who need other training resources like the PowerPoint slide and all that. The training is free since yesterday. Since yesterday it was free, today is also free, but tomorrow we'll be addressing specifically those who will be given certificates, because they are going to take a certificate that will bear the name of our NGO. And so there are some things that I would like to tell them. There are some things because they are now ambassador. They will be presenting our certificates as people who has been trained on peace building. So there are some additional thing, one or two things that I would like to tell them as peace ambassador. That's why tomorrow is exclusively for all those who need the certificate. The PowerPoint slide is free. You can use it to do presentation, and you can use it to go through all that we have learned in the process, the recording, as well as having access to other training resource material. All those who need that, we had requested that you just make a modest contribution of just 4,000 naira. The training is free. It has been free since yesterday and today. But because we want to give you certificate, we are going the extra mile to give you. So we just request for that token for the NGO that you pay 4,000 naira for the certificate and that training resources. So tomorrow it will be exclusively for all those who have made that payment. Those are the people that will be sharing the link with. If you want to make that payment, you can still find the information in the registration link where you registered with. Then we'll be sending you the link later on so that we can tell you some things, because you're going to have a certificate. Thereafter, we'll now be issuing you certificate. Immediately after the training, we'll issue the certificate to all the participants who has requested for it, who are requested for it. So that's what will be happening tomorrow. I would like to encourage you to stay clear to us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click subscribe now. You just subscribe so that you'll be getting latest and current information about all activities. I will also encourage you to join our WhatsApp community. We have a WhatsApp community, Hofti Center WhatsApp community. In the WhatsApp community, we share opportunities, funding opportunity on Peacebuilding project, scholarship, grants, business. We share opportunities. That's what we do. Opportunity to get funding for projects or for scholarship, employment opportunities. We share all of that in WhatsApp community platforms, regard to the other peace engagement that we do in the WhatsApp community platform. So I will encourage you to join our WhatsApp community platform using the same link that you used to register. So on this note, I would like to say thank you so much for being part of this training. Some persons have joined since yesterday and they also joined today. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Gloria. Oh, Gloria said would have loved to come live, but I'm currently in a noisy place due to electricity constraint. Yeah, I understand that most people, because of maybe where they are, they can't be able to come live. I have to, exclude myself, to stay in a more conducive environment because I was the one speaking. So I understand all of that, those dynamics. So thank you so much for joining and for being part of the training. So we just continue tomorrow with those who need the certificate and the other training resources. But like I said, be part of our WhatsApp community. You'll be getting latest information about our trainings and other things that we'll be doing. If you also want to communicate with us on areas that we want us to share knowledge on, we hope to be doing this 2 times, once in 2 months. Our next training will be on a whole lot of young people, opportunities on they don't know how to write grant, business grant, proposal, scholarship opportunities. How do they write those application letters, structuring or CV? Those are the kind of things that we are going to be training on in the next edition of this training. But if you have special requests on things that you want us to train on, also write to us. We are open for collaboration. We are also open for partnership. Reach out to us using any of our contact information, hofty.center @gmail.com. Hofty.center@gmail.com. Hofty as in HOFTI dot center CENTRE @gmail.com. Just write to us on any inquiry that you want to make or you want to partner with us. Yes, Dr. Chinedu said he said, I'm not in the WhatsApp community group. Okay, and I have a question. Okay, go ahead. Can you type your question? We'll respond to your question before we go. Then I'll be sending you the link to the WhatsApp community group so that you will join. I'll be sending you the link. I have your details, so I'll directly send the link to you immediately after this training so that you can join our WhatsApp community. But you can go ahead and ask your question, and in the comment section, or if you want to come live, you can also come live. If you want to ask your question, you can ask your question by clicking the link and come live and ask your question. You can also ask your question by dropping it in the comment section. So anyone you want to do before we close, you want to ask a direct question, you want to come live to ask question, click on the link and you will come live and ask your question. If you want to write your question, you can also type it in the comment section. I am going to see it and I'm going to answer you as well. Even after this training, if you want to ask question on all of the issues that we have discussed, go ahead, you can ask the question at any point in time. So we'll just give, today is the last day, particularly for this particular section of the training. So we'll give additional 5 minutes for anybody who wants to ask question, only for those who want to ask question. Okay, yeah, Divine Okonji said, thank you, sir. The class was insightful. Thank you, Divine, for being part of the class. We appreciate you. Yeah, Ayodele, who joined us from Lagos, he said, thank you very much for the program. It has been very insightful. Thank you, Ayodele, who joined us all the way from Lagos. Thank you for being part of the training. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, any question, you want to come live to ask your question, you want to type it in the comment section, the choice is yours. If you want to come live to ask question, just click on the link on the WhatsApp community platform, or you click on the link that I have also dropped in the comment section. If you don't want to come live to ask the question, if you want to type the question, you can also drop the question on the comment section. Anyone that you want to do, we just have 5 minutes for that before we officially close for today. Any question? Anybody want to come live to ask question or any question in the comment section? Oh. All right, so I want to believe there are no questions. I've not seen any yet, and no one has come live. So in that case, this is where we are going to end for today. I will encourage us to be part of that tomorrow engagement. It's just 4,000 naira. You get the certificate from our NGO. You get the training resources. You get a PowerPoint slide as well. 4,000 naira is just a token that we said a way to also get something for the organization. If not, the training has been free, or the way it has been free, and it has always been free. But just make that commitment so that you get all of these training resources as well. I think this is where we'll be ending tonight, since there are no other question. On this note, I would like to say thank you again for being part of this training. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being part of this. What this means is that you love peace, and let's join hands together to build a world of peace. It is indeed very, possible. Peace is priceless. Let's give peace a chance and let's be advocate of peace wherever we find ourselves. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Prince Easy. I'm the facilitator for this training on behalf of Hope for Tomorrow Initiative, Hofty Center. All right, good night. Good night. Have a good night rest. Bye bye. Till see you again tomorrow for those who will be joining tomorrow. Have a good night.